Court is calling 2022 CR 6188, State of Texas versus Kevin Giovanni Luna. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense?
Audio Delfrano.
Are you Mr. Luna? Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of murder? Range of punishment for that offense is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of murder. Punishment is to be assessed at 40 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There are no application, and they're taking in consideration 2023 CR 1287. Did you understand that to be the plea? Right. Then to the offense of murder, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State any evidence.
Yes, Your Honor. State exhibit number 1 with all of its attachments, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objections.
Defense, any evidence?
Your Honor, we offer defense exhibit number 1, a 25-page report from Dr. John Fabian. We've shown it to Mr. Garahan. He has no objections. The conclusion of Dr. Fabian's report states that Mr. Luna has a...
I'll get to that.
Okay.
So I just want to read to see for sufficiency. So there's no objection to defense exhibit number 1?
That is correct. No objection.
All right. Then the court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and defense exhibit 1. The court will find that defendant has, I'm so sorry. Mr. Luna, did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Are you proceeding with sentencing? All right. Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, the state's exhibit 1 into evidence with no objection. Dr. John Fabian, the conclusion of his report after his examinations, Mr. Luna will suffer from a tri-diagnosis of brain.
The courtroom is heavy with silence as the clerk calls the case. State of Texas versus Kevin Giovanni Luna. This isn't just another docket number. This is a murder case. A 20-year-old man standing in front of the judge, about to hear the kind of sentence that can erase an entire lifetime. The prosecutor lays it out in black and white. Luna isn't being tried for capital murder anymore. Instead, the state is moving forward on the lesser included offense of murder. But don't let the word lesser fool you. The punishment range is still staggering, anywhere from 5 years to 99 years, or even life behind bars. And today they've already struck a deal. Kevin Luna will plead guilty, and the punishment, 40 years in prison. 4 decades for a life that was taken. 4 decades that will define his youth,
Brain disorder, mental illness, and substance abuse addiction. And his recommendation is to be placed in the therapeutic unit at TDC, and we would ask the court if the court could include that in the file, and if the court could make a recommendation to the therapeutic unit.
All right. Is there anything you wish to say, Mr. Luna? All right. The court will follow the agreement, sentence you to 40 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, take in consideration 2023 CR 1287. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
Not for the record. No.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? All right. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, and because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right. And the court will also request the therapeutic community or mental health community at the prison.
Thank you.
The way that works, I have no jurisdiction to force them to place you in that. You'll have to request it as well, and then it'll be completely up to TDC whether or not they do that. Do you understand? All right. We can go off the record. Mr. Luna, I always tell people any time that people serve is a lot of time, even a day. That's a lot of time. And with you, it's 40 years. How old are you?
his middle age, and most of the life he thought he would have. The judge confirms everything carefully. Did Luna review the paperwork with his attorney? Does he understand the agreement? Does he realize there's an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon? Every "yes, sir" from Luna is quiet, restrained, like a man trying to hold himself together while staring into the abyss. The defense presents their one lifeline, a psychological evaluation. Dr. John Fabian's report describes Luna as a young man struggling under a storm of issues. A brain disorder, mental illness, and substance abuse. The recommendation? If he has to serve time, place him in a therapeutic prison unit where at least he has a shot at rehabilitation. But therapy doesn't erase what happened. Therapy doesn't bring back the victim. The judge accepts the
I really want you to better your life. You're still alive. We went through shit too. And it hurts me every day. Since he left, he's not here. It affects him the biggest impact of my life because he was close to me. Not only to me, my kids. He had nieces and nephews. He literally, I'm a single mom and he was always there with me to support me and be there with me all the time for everything. Dude, it's not been easy to be alone now. I feel alone without him. Not only him, like my dad too. He feels anger, he feels a lot of things that it's not right. Because I know how great of a person he was.
plea bargain, hands down the 40-year sentence, and reminds Luna of something brutal yet undeniable. You're 20 years old. You'll still have a chance at life when you get out. But someone else is dead, and their life is over. That's the part that sticks. 40 years may sound like forever, but for the family of the man who was killed, forever already happened the moment the trigger was pulled. The judge prepares Luna for what comes next. Victim impact statements, the part of the hearing where words can cut sharper than any sentence. The family of the man he killed will stand up, and they'll tell him exactly how his act.
Person he was and will always be. He would want us freaking. Even though it is hard, so hard every day to keep moving forward without him. It's just like I'm a single parent, and he was the one that was there for me and my daughter. He was the one there as a father figure for her. My daughter has to go through this every day too. Him not being here. And it's not just us. It's not just us. There's so many people he impacted. He's an amazing person. And I don't know what to look for. But if you had just given him a chance, he would have helped you. He would have done whatever he could. All he ever wanted to do was help people. And I hope this lives with you, and I hope it's a reason for you to change. You get a life. You get a life after this. It's a song. I hope you do what's right. I hope you get your life together. I hope this is a learning lesson for you. Because you're not just impacting us. You're impacting your own family. You're impacting everybody. And I really hope this is a learning lesson.
Actions destroyed their world. And when they do, there's no appeal, no objection, no defense left to shield him, and this is where the air in the courtroom shifts, because the victim's family is about to speak. The deputies step aside, and suddenly, it isn't the lawyers or the judge who own the room anymore. It's the victim's family. One relative rises, voice trembling, but every word heavy with pain. "You're still alive. We went through hell, too. And it hurts me every single day since he left. He's not here. This has torn my life apart." The weight of those words hangs over everyone. He describes how the victim wasn't just family. He was a constant presence, a supporter, a man who was always there when life got hard. Now, there's nothing but silence, loneliness, the cruel emptiness left by a bullet. Another family member speaks, voice breaking. "He was like a father figure. My daughter has to grow up without him now. Every single day she feels that hole in her life, and then the part that slices deeper than anything else. You still get a life after this. You'll walk out someday. He never will. And I hope you live with that. I hope it forces you to change." The room doesn't need a gavel to remind them of what's at stake. The message is clear. The victim was more than a name on a docket. He was a brother, a father figure, a man who spent his days helping others. His life was stolen in an instant, and the ripples of that loss will haunt this family forever. But here's the cruelest irony. While they mourn, the world outside keeps spinning. News cameras report new developments. Headlines reduce Patrick Zavala, a 27-year-old aspiring nurse, to a statistic. 2 suspects arrested. Robbery gone wrong. Just another tragedy in the evening broadcast, but for his family, this isn't a headline. It's a lifetime sentence of grief. And when you see his sister standing there, grieving yet pregnant, believing that her unborn child is a blessing from her brother, you realize just how deep the loss cuts. A life taken, a new life on the way, and a wound that will never, ever close. The courtroom falls back into silence. 40 years. A recommendation for therapy. But no therapy, no sentence, no courtroom procedure can undo what was done on that January night. The judge's final words linger in the air like a warning shot. Don't become institutionalized. Better yourself. Because someone else's life is over. And that's the brutal truth of this case. One man's youth traded for 4 decades in a cell, while another man's family serves a sentence that lasts forever. The courtroom fades, but the story doesn't end there. Because behind every sentence, there's an investigation that pieced it all together. Back in January, police first thought Patrick Zavala's truck had simply crashed. But when doctors found a gunshot wound, the truth unraveled. This wasn't an accident. It was murder. For 2 long months, his family lived in limbo, grieving, but with no answers. Then came the break. Investigators found fingerprints, social media posts, surveillance footage. Step by step, the trail led straight to 2 teenagers, 18-year-old Kevin Luna and 17-year-old Derek Sentmore. 2 boys who thought they were tough enough to play gangster. 2 boys who decided to rob a young man in his own car. But when the fight didn't go their way, they pulled the trigger. Just like that, Patrick's life was gone. And here's the part that stings the most. Patrick was only 27 years old, studying to become a nurse. His life was just beginning. He had everything ahead of him, a career, a future, maybe a family of his own. But in one violent moment, all of it was stolen. The news called it new developments. Reporters stood outside, holding up affidavits, reciting police statements. But for Patrick's sister, Petty Torres, this wasn't just breaking news. It was breaking her heart. "I loved him so much. I never even got to say goodbye." She learned she was pregnant 1 month after his death. And instead of sharing that joy with her brother, she now believes the child is his blessing, his way of leaving something behind when his own life was cut short. And what about forgiveness? Some family members even spoke of it, because they knew Patrick, and Patrick would have forgiven them. That's who he was, a helper, a healer, someone who wanted nothing more than to lift people up. But forgiveness doesn't erase reality. Reality is this. A 27-year-old man is in the ground. His dreams, his laughter, his future was gone. And 2 young men, barely out of their teens, traded their own futures for a senseless crime that left nothing but devastation behind. The judge was right. 40 years is a long time, but it's still a life. Patrick doesn't get that chance. His family doesn't get that chance. And that's the kind of truth no sentence, no therapy, No prison program can ever balance out. So when we leave this courtroom, remember this. One moment of violence can cost not just one life, but ripple through dozens. And for the families left behind, the sentence isn't measured in years. It's measured in pain,